Good evening and welcome to Express News. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. 100 news and developments in just half an hour. Let's begin. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approved projects worth rupees 7,725.05 crore under National Industrial Corridor Programme. Government provides impetus to industrial corridors, which are one-stop destination to freight companies and customers, world-class infrastructure and world-class passenger movement facilities. Industrial corridor nodes at Krishnapatnam, Tumakuru under CBIC, multimodal logistics hub and multimodal transport hub at Greater Noida also approved. Cabinet also approved Memorandum of Understanding between the Government of the Republic of India and Royal Government of Bhutan on cooperation in peaceful uses of outer space, signed on November 19, 2020 by both sides at Bengaluru, Thimphu and exchanged. This MOU shall enable India and Bhutan to pursue cooperation in potential interest areas such as remote sensing of the Earth, satellite communication, satellite-based navigation, space science and planetary exploration, use of spacecraft and space systems and ground system, and application of space technology together. Cabinet has approved modified scheme to enhance ethanol distillation capacity in the country for producing first-generation ethanol from feedstocks such as cereals, sugarcane, sugar beet, rice, wheat, barley, corn, sorghum, etc. Cabinet approves export of Akash missile system and creates a committee for faster approval of exports under Atmanirbhar Bharat. India is growing in its capabilities of manufacturing wide variety of defence platforms and missiles. Akash is country's important missile with over 96% indigenization. Akash is a surface-to-air missile with a range of 25 kilometers. The missile was inducted in 2014 in the Indian Air Force, in 2015 in the Indian Army. After its induction in the services, interest is shown in Akash missile by many friendly countries during international exhibitions, defence expos, Aero India. The Cabinet approval will facilitate Indian manufacturers to participate in RFI, RFP issued by various countries. The Union Cabinet approved the opening of 3 Indian missions in Estonia, Paraguay and Dominican Republic in the year 2021. Opening of Indian missions in these countries will help expand India's diplomatic footprint, deepen political relations, enable growth of bilateral trade, investment and economic engagements, facilitate stronger people-to-people contact, bolster political outreach in multilateral fora and help garner support for India's foreign policy objectives. Union government holds 7th round of talks with the protesting farmers' unions in New Delhi. Agriculture Secretary Sanjay Agarwal had sent out a letter to farm leaders on Monday responding to an email by the farm unions on December 26th in which they had agreed to restart negotiations. President Ramnath Kovind today conferred the 6th Digital India Awards 2020 via video conferencing. He conferred the Jury Choice Award upon Arogya Setu and e-Office for excellence in design and implementation of National Public Digital Platform. The President said that Digital India Awards reflect the overall vision of the government to empower citizens to achieve their aspirations and make India a digital superpower. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that talks with China on LAC issue have not yielded fruitful results so far. Major General H.S. Sahi confirmed that 3 terrorists were killed in Srinagar encounter. He said security forces had inputs about terrorists preparing for a huge attack in the area. Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has said that CBSE exam 2021 dates will be announced tomorrow. He said the students and parents should take extra precaution to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared a video of the new Vistadome tourist coaches on his Twitter handle and said these trains are a mix of comfort and ultra-modern technology. In Jammu and Kashmir, fresh spell of snowfall was reported in several areas of the Kashmir Valley. Snowfall is continuing since Monday in Srinagar as well as other higher reaches of the valley. In Himachal, Shimla, roads in higher reaches were blocked due to the heavy snowfall. 3 to 6 inches of snow was witnessed in Nankare, Jago area. Benchmark indices gained for the 6th straight session and ended near the day's high level on December 30th. At close, Sensex was up 133.14 points or 0.28% at 47,746.22. On the other hand, Nifty was up 49.40 points or 0.35% at 13,982. Except bank and pharma, the sectoral indices ended in green, led by auto and metal. Gold prices declined marginally by Rs 16 to Rs 49,484 per 10 gram in the national capital. In the previous trade, the precious metal had closed at 49,500 per 10 gram. Meanwhile, silver prices gained Rs 205 to Rs 67,673 per kilogram from its previous close of 67,468 per kilogram. The rupee registered gains for the 5th straight session and surged 11 paise against US dollar today, settling at 73.731, tracking positive domestic equities and sustained foreign fund inflows. For the 23rd consecutive day, petrol and diesel prices remained unchanged. It may be noted that earlier prices of petrol, diesel did not change for 48 consecutive days. RBI, in its report on trend and progress of banking in India 2019-20, said the scheduled commercial bank's gross non-performing assets ratio declined from 9.1% at the end of March 2019 to 8.2% at the end of March 2020 and further to 7.5% at the end of September 2020. The government of Gujarat has announced its new solar energy policy 2021. Under the new policy, any person, company or industry can arrange a solar system on their premises or land without any limitations. Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani said that this new solar energy policy will reduce the cost of electricity generation for industries from 8 rupees per unit to about 4.5 rupees, and this will reduce the overall cost of production. The Gujarat government has decreased the security deposit for power companies from Rs 25 lakh per megawatt to Rs 5 lakh. The new solar energy policy will remain in force for the next 5 years. And 20 persons have been found with mutant variant of the SARS-CoV virus reported from the UK. These include the 6 persons reported earlier, 3 in Enhanced Bengaluru, 2 in CCMB Hyderabad and 1 at NIV Pune. 107 samples were tested in 10 labs as indicated in the table. Government of India has constituted the Indian SARS-CoV Genomics Consortium comprising 10 labs for genome sequencing. The situation is under careful watch and regular advice is being provided to the states for enhanced surveillance, containment, testing and dispatch of samples to the INSACOG labs. The Health Ministry has recommended to the Ministry of Civil Aviation the extension of temporary suspension of flights originating from the UK into India to be further extended till 7th of January 2021. India has extended the ban on flights from the United Kingdom till 7 January next year following detection of 20 cases of new coronavirus strain in the country. Meanwhile, daily COVID recoveries have outnumbered the daily new cases since last 33 days successively. In the last 24 hours, 20,549 persons were found to be COVID positive in the country. 26,572 new recoveries were registered in the last 24 hours, ensuring a drop in the active COVID caseload. India's cumulative recoveries stand at 98,34,141 today. This is the highest globally. The recovery rate has also reached nearly 96%. The gap between recoveries and active cases is consistently widening. India's total active caseload of 2,62,272 comprises just 2.56% of India's total COVID positive cases. The new recoveries have led to a net decline of 6,309 in the total active cases. When compared to globally, India's cases per million population are amongst the lowest in the world. 7,423. Countries such as Russia, Italy, UK, Brazil, France and US have much higher cases per million population. 78.44% of the new recovered cases are observed to be concentrated across 10 states and union territories. Maharashtra reported the maximum number of single-day recoveries with 5,572 newly recovered cases. Meanwhile, 5,029 people recovered from COVID in Kerala, followed by 1,607 in Chhattisgarh. 79.24% of the new cases are from across 10 states and union territories. Kerala reported the highest daily new cases at 5,887. It is followed by Maharashtra with 3,018 new cases. West Bengal recorded 1,244 new COVID cases. 286 case fatalities have been reported in the past 24 hours. 10 states and union territories account for 79.37% of the new casualties. Maharashtra saw the maximum number of casualties at 68. West Bengal and Delhi follow with 30 and 28 daily deaths, respectively. Focus measures including aggressive and targeted testing, early identification of the positive cases, timely isolation, prompt hospitalization of the severe cases and supervised home isolation of the mild cases, along with standard treatment protocol, have collectively ensured that the daily fatalities are under 300. Daily COVID deaths in India are on a sustained decline. Deaths per million population in India stands at 107. That's the lowest in the world. The virus has infected more than 8 crore 24 lakh people, while over 5 crore 84 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19 worldwide. UK has given emergency use license to Covishield vaccine developed by Oxford AstraZeneca and produced by Serum Institute of India, Pune. The number of lives lost due to COVID-19 stands above 17,99,000. The US remains worst affected from the disease worldwide. US has registered more than 1 crore 99 lakh cases of COVID-19, with fatalities crossing 3,46,000. In France, Health Minister Olivier Véran said that government could soon impose curfew that would start from 6 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. in eastern areas due to spike in COVID cases. US President-elect Joe Biden criticized President Donald Trump's promise for swift coronavirus vaccine rollout. Biden said vaccination process has fallen behind expectations and warned that the next few weeks and months could be the toughest of the pandemic. US Vice President-elect Kamala Harris received the Moderna Inc. COVID-19 vaccination live on television on Tuesday and urged public trust in process, while her choice of hospital highlighted the plight of the hard-hit African-American community. In United States, California, it has extended the stay-at-home orders for Southern California and San Joaquin Valley, where intensive care unit capacity is strained due to surge in COVID-19 cases. UK reported over 53,135 new cases of COVID-19 on Tuesday, which was the highest number since mass testing started in mid-2020. The number of new deaths recorded within 28 days of positive COVID test also rose from 414 from Monday's 357, taking the total to 71,567. Chile has recorded its first case of UK variant of coronavirus. Government has prompted to reinstate a mandatory quarantine period for all visitors entering the country from abroad. Argentina, meanwhile, became the first major country in Latin America to legalize abortion when Senate voted to allow it through the 14th week of pregnancy in the face of opposition from the influential Catholic Church. Fiercely contentious vote passed with 38 in favor and 29 against and 1 abstention. The first Boeing 737 MAX flight in the United States flew on Tuesday from Miami to reach LaGuardia in New York after a 20-month safety ban was lifted. Peruvian Shamans met at San Martin Plaza in downtown Lima to perform a mystical ceremony where they predicted the end to the coronavirus pandemic in the new year. They said the vaccine will help a lot. The group also blew smoke and waved flowers to send good vibrations to the US President-elect Joe Biden. A Kenyan lawyer, Shadrach Vambui, is turning to boxing to help young people in poor Nairobi neighborhoods, combining his passion for the sport with informal lessons on the law and legal clinics to resolve marital disputes. Wambui also said that he hopes his boxing sessions will help young people believe in themselves despite the challenges that they face. A person named Giovannini and his 3 friends were caught in an avalanche, leaving him buried under snow and trapped for almost an hour. He was under snow for some 50 minutes and could barely move. As an experienced mountaineer, Giovannini was wearing his Arva avalanche transceiver, a piece of equipment that is able to locate people who are buried under snow. Rescuers on board an Italian Alpine Rescue Service helicopter and a finance police helicopter carried out the rescue operation to save him. Mexico's Zacango Ecological Park is celebrating the birth and good health of a Nile hippopotamus baby who is growing up under the watchful eye of his mother. The male hippo was born in July, and at the time of his birth he had only 15% chance of survival, but it pulled through, and now zoo officials are celebrating his growth. Indo-Tibetan Border Police for the first time has given local names for warrior dogs of its famous canine breed. The dogs have been named as respect of all the troops guarding the excruciatingly tough borders of the country. A formal naming ceremony was held at the National Training Centre for Dogs in Panchkula, where the force named the 17 Malinois. The names of the dogs include Galwan, Sasoma, Chipchap and Shayok. Meanwhile, in sports, opening batsman David Warner has been included in the Australia's 18-man squad for the 3rd test against India in Sydney. Regular opener Warner missed the first 2 tests with a groin strain. Will Pucovski is also part of the 18-man squad. Uncapped Pucovski was ruled out after suffering concussion when hit on the helmet by a short ball in the tour match before the series started. Meanwhile, Joe Burns has been dropped after twin failures in Melbourne. Burns was out for a duck at 4 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, where Australia suffered an 8-wicket loss. Tamil Nadu seamer T. Natarajan may earn his maiden test cap in the 3rd test of the series against Australia. The seamer from Tamil Nadu may replace injured Umesh Yadav. Manchester United went second in the Premier League with a 1-0 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers. The Wolves defended well, but Marcus Rashford scored a deflected goal late on to give United the victory. Manchester United are now 2 points behind the leaders Liverpool, having played the same number of games. Alexander Lacazette fired Arsenal to a 1-0 victory against Brighton. Lacazette scored her only goal after just 21 seconds on the pitch. According to their manager, Arsenal are now in a different world after they recorded back-to-back league wins for the first time since September. Arsenal climbs up to 13th and now have 20 points, while Brighton remain 2 points above the drop zone in 17th. Burnley beat Sheffield United 1-0. The result has also seen Sheffield go 5 games without an away win this season. And Leeds registered an emphatic 5-0 win over West Brom as Sam Alderweirau's men suffered mauling as the Whites ran riot with 4 first-half goals. Sawyer's own goal handed Leeds an early lead before the goals from Alioski, Harrison, Rodrigo and Rafinha sealed the victory. Leeds moved to the 11th position with this win, while West Brom stays at 19th in the table. And West Brom manager Sam Alderweirau says football needs a break after the Premier League returned to its highest number of the positive coronavirus results in a single round of tests this season. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp is eager to see Thiago Alcantara return to action, but has revealed it is unlikely he will feature against Newcastle United. Thiago Alcantara returned to the full first team training on Monday after a prolonged absence following a rash tackle from Richarlison in Liverpool's 2-2 draw with Everton in October. And Barcelona dropped more points in the La Liga with the 1-1 draw against Eibar. Dembele equalized for Barca after K. Garcia broke the deadlock. Barca are 7 points behind leaders Atletico Madrid, who have 2 games in hand. Milwaukee Bucks set an NBA record of 29 three-pointers in a game in 144-97 win over the Miami Heat. The Bucks broke the Houston Rockets record of 27 three-pointers in a single game. French courtier Pierre Cardin, who made his name by selling designer clothes to the masses and his fortune by being the first to sell everything from cars to perfume, died at the age of 98. Cardin was the first designer to sell clothes collections in department stores in the late 1950s and the first to enter the licensing business for perfume, accessories and even food. Britain's Prince Harry and his wife Meghan released the first podcast through their multi-year deal with Spotify. The holiday special reflects on 2020 and offers hopes for the new year. Britain's Prince Harry and his wife Meghan thanked essential workers and offered encouragement to people who suffered during the 2020 coronavirus pandemic in their first podcast released on Spotify. Harry and Meghan hosted the episode and introduced reflections and hopes for the new year from singer Elton John, producer and actor Tyler Perry, tennis champion Naomi Osaka and other celebrities, artists and authors. American singer-songwriter Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is the top song for the 4th week in a row, as it again tops the Rolling Stone Songs chart. English singer-songwriter Jessie J recently announced that she had been diagnosed with Meniere's disease that has been caused by a syndrome which affects the inner ear. Actor Varun Dhawan announced a wrap on the first schedule of Jug Jug Jio in Chandigarh and hopped onto Instagram wearing a Jug Jug Jio printed black hoodie. Now, despite the pandemic ravaging the media and the entertainment industry, superstar Ranveer Singh has decided to expand his passion project, the independent music record label called Ink Ink. And finally, Ranveer owns this label with producer Navzar Irani, and their mission is to unearth the future superstars of the music scene in India. And with that, we conclude this edition of Express News. Namaskar.